Hello. And welcome everyone. I am going to share with you a rapture dream and visions that was sent to us by our dear sister from the United States. She related her story by giving a narration of how, due to the misconceptions that others held about her, she was treated with contempt and disdain by everyone, including the society as a whole. She accused Jesus of being responsible for allowing this to take place a great number of times. Nevertheless, at some point in the process, Jesus appeared to her in her dream on several occasions and demonstrated his unending love for her. The fact that God entrusted her with the responsibility of conveying to people all across the world a warning about the imminent return of Jesus Christ is without a doubt the most fascinating aspect of her narrative. It is my prayer that you watch this to the end and be blessed. I am going to read it the same way it was sent to us. No part has been taken off and nothing has been added to the story. Pay close attention as I proceed with the reading. My name is Beatrice, from the United States. I grew up with domestic violence, and I told a girl through a letter that I liked her, and she told everyone I was into girls. People humiliated me and told me to kill myself because I was an abomination and God doesn't love me. They said so many things that hurt my soul. I thought life was useless. When the bell rang for lunch, I would go to the gym. There was another side room where there were trophies. I used to sit there and cry. At that point I just wanted to take my life away. I felt lonely. I didn't like to be stared at. It was a horrible experience. At that time I doubted or questioned God's existence until one day I saw a symbol when I was taking a shower. I thought it was just a prank for my brother. I touched it, and then it disappeared. I cursed the skies to him because I told him if he existed, why did he let people hurt me? Why didn't he let these mean people exist? I questioned him when I shouldn't have, but it made sense because I was just a kid. He came to a dream where he told me he felt bad, and told me if I wanted to go to heaven with him. And I told him I didn't want my mom to suffer for me. He told me how much he loves me and understands my pain. When I woke up, I thought it was just a dream. And then he asked me on 3 or 4 different occasions, and then I started to get scared. It was then when Jesus came in my dream again and served me wine and bread, just as we received the communion. I apologized for my behavior. He forgave me, and at the age of 13, he told me to tell people of his coming. He revealed to me the trumpets and him coming. I saw sorrow on people's faces, screaming his name on their knees. Jesus, have mercy for us. I saw them run towards me, and then I looked down and I saw that I was levitating, and then the crowd grabbed my leg. And I saw fear, desperation, regret, as well as tears. I cried, and I said, I warned you but you never listened, now you have to face the consequences. I woke up crying because I felt the tension. It felt so real. I also had a vision of a bull creature demon that had a greater hate when it saw man. Because it was created by God and it destroyed the city. I also met Jezebel seduce and stamped the mark of the beast as property of evil and can't be undone. In most of my dreams, I saw myself with a pure white clothing like Jesus. I had wings. I never understood why I was an angel. All I knew is that I could see demons come in our world because, when a person sins, it opened a portal to hell, which gave evil access to come into this world. I used my faith, and told it to go back, and if it didn't, I forced it back in hell. I had this one dream where I had a sword that had many symbols, and 3 green gems on it. I couldn't remember the symbols. I could only remember my symbol that I saw when I was awake on the sword. Jesus took me back in his time, a show in detail what he was put through in crucifixion. I guess to show me that he understands our pain and to show how much he loves us. I've been in the throne room on my knees to God. He blew me the Holy Spirit and I woke up. I also had a dream of Jesus talking to me and told me about a banquet and weddings. I witnessed a throne, angel, I think it was. Ring and glowing, I was crying to Jesus on my knees and told him I didn't deserve his forgiveness or love. He told me the opposite of what people said. He gave me hope and a love that no one shared to me like my family. I see Jesus as my brother and God as my Father. Years later, I reflected to see how much I changed as a person, and I thank them because they saved me from suicide. Last year, he showed me war and plague and I predicted it to people. Some called me crazy and others who knew. After it came true, people called me prophetess, but I don't feel like I deserve that title. God came in my dream last year, on a Saturday, when my father was sick from COVID, and he asked me, "My child, have you told my people of my coming?" And I said, "Yes, Father. But only some, not everyone." He replied, "Okay, keep doing it." He then came the next Saturday, with the same question, and I gave him the same response. I laid in the sofa to sleep, and then I saw myself projecting out my body, and saw myself sleeping. Jesus then blessed and anointed me before going to Father, Yahweh. I then sat on God's lap like a child, and he told me, "Tell my people, I am coming in a full moon. I am coming very soon." This is my story. Tell everyone God is pushing to save as many people as possible. I have been offered by God a high position in heaven, and accepted it. Later, Lucifer offered me power and a high rank in hell, and I rejected it. Buddha tried to fool me too, but I didn't fall for it. I trust God with my life. And if I have to be humiliated by the human race, I don't care. This life is a test of faith and patience. I am not perfect, I sin too, but I try to stay in God's path. This life is temporary. It's better to suffer and carry the cross of faith, to reach his glory, than to be abominated from his kingdom. We are selfish to get mad at him if we don't get what we want. We don't look at the role he is in, and his responsibilities as God. He works hard managing requests, and on top of that, he bears the pain of his children that are being punished in the underworld. We make mistakes, and don't deserve his love, yet he forgives us. It's better to fear God because we would try to behave and improve our faith. Why? It's like being scared of your parents, not because you don't love them, but you're afraid to let them down. It's the same scenario with God. Never fear evil, because then if you do, it would take advantage and use your fear and weakness against you. Jesus says those that put themselves first will be last. Which are the prideful people that think that they don't sin or feel like they're sinless than others? And he also says those that put themselves last will be first. Which are the people that accept that they are sinners and let themselves be humiliated because they rather humble themselves? For most people, they feel comfortable or think it's cool to see evil stuff. But if someone talks about God, it's weird or a boring topic. Don't let society fool you. Time is slow, yet fast like the turtle and rabbit race. God will come like the thief at night. Prepare, because his end is coming. I'm just waiting for him to give me my next mission. There are more dreams I had, but I would have to write a book about it. These are just one of the few things I experienced. I have a well over 14-year relationship with the Lord, from dreams or so-called vision. I don't know what my purpose is, but wherever God takes me, I follow. Thank you for watching to the end. Please help us get this message out to the rest of the world by forwarding it to all of your friends and family members. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please do so right away so that you can receive other videos on the Bible in the days and weeks ahead. I am grateful to you, and may God continue to bless you till our next meeting.